Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded and I'm here to share a Halloween card today. Hey, so I'm using Jaded wine tag dies along with their card mat dies, their RIP stamp set, their large Halloween treats outline dies, and the matching stamp set, along with Batty for You, our Halloween dies, and our milk carton die. And this is my image that I colored with Copics before this to match this Happy Haunting 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. So I am pulling out my card mat die first of all, and I cut this background out from that pad. And I'm basically using an ATG tape, and I'm going to tape it down on an A2 sized card base made out of paper tray ink black cardstock, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches. So I'm just going to stick that down, just making sure it's nice and flat. And then on the inside, I'm going to add a piece of Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock, and that's just cut at 4 by 5.25 inches, and I'll stick that to the inside of my card just so there's somewhere to write with ATG tape again. So I'm working on my Stampin' Up! Pad as per usual. All my die cutting today was done with my Gemini machine. Now I'm going to add a 1-inch strip to the inside, kind of like my thing, right? I'll add that to the inside, lining it up with my Stampin' Up! Pad just to make sure things are straight, and I will trim off the overhang there. There we go. And I have the sentiment stamped out already. It's from that large Halloween treats stamp set onto paper tray ink orange zest cardstock and cut out with the outline dies, which is awesome. And I'm just going to stick that in place. Now I'm going to work on the inside. So I went ahead and I cut the layers from the milk carton die out of paper tray ink dot stripe and paper tray ink gingham linen in rainbow petite prints. And I'm just going to stick them down onto black. I cut out black shadows for them. I just cut them out 1/4 inch larger. There we go. So you don't have to use the milk carton die just to make a treat. You can use it to, use for die cuts for your card. And then see those little dots right there from the wine tag? I used that to cut out these little circles. And if I was telling the truth, what I did was I made Halloween tags last year out of that pattern paper, and I kept the relief cutouts because I thought I could use that one day, right? So kind of fun. So now I'm going to come up with a card design because you want to use those. They're perfect. That right there is a web that I cut out from that RIP stamp set, and then I used a Copic marker in C1 just to kind of, add some dimension to it. I did cut it out using my Brother Scan and Cut with a 0.4 border. And that's on Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock. There we go. Using my reverse tweezers and our glitter glue. Then I will stick that all down with some ATG tape. I had a little bit of a brain fart there for 2 seconds. There we go. So kind of fun, right? I love rainbow petite prints from Doodlebug. I don't know, I just love it. I use them all the time. There we go. Now, with that, what's it called? The Batty for You stamp set, that little guy, I did cut it out with the outline dies that you can get to go along with that, which is really handy, right? And I'm going to pop this guy up using some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And like I said, all my die cutting today was done with my Gemini. So I'm using reverse tweezers, popping this guy up, and then I'll decide where he's going to go in a second. I just love these little gnomes. They're just too cute. And you'll notice that I did color it with Copic markers stamped with Ink on 3's blackout ink onto Neenah 80-pound cardstock. And like I said, I used the outline dies. And then I did use a secure white jelly roll pen just to add a couple of highlights to him. So now I'm going to use some 3M foam tape here on the back of this gnome. And then I will pop this up. So this is really easy. I find that when I do die cutting, I do keep like the relief cuts if they, cut out perfectly like these circles did. I thought, why not, right? There we go. So I'm going to pop him up. Isn't he cute? And now I'm trying to decide where that extra circle is going to go. Because, me, I kind of like to have 3, right? There we go. So kind of cute, right? Now I'm going to pop up this little spider. That was cut out of American Crafts black cardstock. And I'm going to pop it up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. That is the Halloween dies from Jaded Blossom. And I'm not a fan of spiders, but on a card I can take them. In my house, not so much, right? Okay, so now I'm going to put the Sentiment Eek, that is from that same large Halloween treats stamp set, and I use the outline dies. That's stamped on Orange Zest cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. And then I did use, what's it called? VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. Now I'm pulling out Alta News enamel dots in Essential Black and White. I'm just going to add some black enamel dots to the background, just, you know, for a little bit of shine. I could have pulled out my Nouveau Crystal drops, but I thought I'm going to use these up. There we go. So perfect, right? It says Eek for the spider. And that little gnome has like a little spider hanging from his hat, right? A little spider web, which makes it kind of fun. There we go. And I'm going to add a few to the back of this little spider just to, you know, jazz them up a little bit. There we go. Using my pen blade just to get them off that acetate. There we go. Once I cut my finger doing this, be careful if you do this. You don't want to do that. And then that's that. So now on the inside, I'm pulling out the odds and ends that match the Happy Haunting 6-inch pad. And I'm just going to add a little spider to the inside along with a little acetate web. Isn't it cute? Just too cute. And I'm going to add that in. I'm sticking that web down with some glossy accents because it is shiny. And, you know, I'm trying to hide my adhesive because, you know, like I said, acetate, right? Your adhesive shines through there. But there you go. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, get inspired at the Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on these amazing products. And maybe, you know, check us out on Instagram and on Facebook, Jaded Blossom's Garden of Creativity. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon in my next one. Bye, everyone.